Hi, I'm Dan. Welcome to Carpenter Secrets. Today we're going to be talking about distressed wood and how you can get that reclaimed effect on the wood that you're looking for, so stick around. Reclaimed furniture has been all the rage for the past 6-7 years now. I mean, you see it everywhere you go, in bars and restaurants, even in people's homes and offices, whether it's desks or furniture or fireplace mantles or accent walls. It's pretty ubiquitous at this, and for pretty good reason. It's a recycled product repurposed and turned into something beautiful that can last a lifetime. But paying for it is another story, and working with it is another story. Some of these tables cost $2,000 to $3,000, and for a small end table, go upwards of $500. Now, a lot of this furniture is unstable. It can cup and twist and bend, and working with it is a pain also. Finding a straight, flat board is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most are cupped and bowed and twisted, and the work it takes to make it usable by planing and joining and sanding it is just not an option for a lot of folks. So I found a way to give your lumber that distressed look without the price, the process, and the pain of reclaimed wood. Now, the reason people choose reclaimed wood is obviously for the recycled purposes of it. I mean, it's a green product. It's going to last another lifetime past its original purpose. But a big reason people get it is because of the patina. You can see all this brown weathering that's done. It's only the age that's going to make that happen. I mean, we can do a lot with the tools that we have and a few tricks, but you're never going to get that age of it. And besides, even a lot of the times when you get a reclaimed table, they'll take a lot of this patina off in order to make it a functioning table. So what we're going to do is mimic the history with a few tricks, some special tools, and a little bit of work. So we're going to start with a piece of pine. This is Select Eastern White Pine. It's available at all your home centers. Go ahead and take a look there. You can really use any pine. The knottier, the better. And the knottier stuff is a lot cheaper than the clear stuff. I think the knotty stuff you can get for about $1.50 a foot, or maybe even $2 for an entire 8-foot piece. And depending on what you're doing, that's going to give you a great cost savings for whatever your project is. Even framing lumber can be a good option. I mean, this one's already got some patina on it because it's been sitting in my garage for about 10 years. Either way, we're going to leave that for a sacrificial table, and we're going to do some work on this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our special tool right here. Obviously, this thing is handmade, and I'll probably have a video to show you how to make one of these. And what we want to do is we want to mimic some wormholes. So what we're going to do is just start tapping. You want to vary the pressure that you give this. I mean, you want some deep holes, and you want some light holes. Don't be afraid to do too much. And the biggest thing is that you do not want to have it contrived. You want to be completely random. It's a lot easier for me to say when I'm standing here, not even really paying attention to what I'm doing, but that's the desired effect. You want a completely random effect when you're doing this process. So once you think you got enough holes, you're probably pretty good. I want to put some divots in it with a nice sharp chisel. Be careful, don't hurt yourself, and again, go completely random. Feel free to stab it. Do what you gotta do to it. Too much, just make sure it is random. That's where a lot of art comes from, and that's basically what this is. It's an art form to make it not look contrived and look the best. Let's go ahead and do this other one also. Just like that, completely beat up. This one, you got it even worse. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give it some kind of persuasion divots. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give it some persuasion divots. So we're just going to kind of use the whole head of the hammer, just kind of go like that. And that's basically it. Now comes the fun part, torching. I like to get this style of torch because it has an auto igniter. Just press the button, hold it in, and it keeps the flame going for a long time. And what we want to do is we want to char the hell out of the wood. be careful and have a fire extinguisher handy. And you kind of want to get a lot of this, the wormholes that you made, you almost want to burn them too. You want to get the burn deep inside of everything. Remember, always have your fire extinguisher handy when you're working with fire. You can even char it. I mean, even like that, it's a good effect to have in there. Just remember, we are going to be sanding a lot of this off, but it gives it that patina effect that we're looking for with the reclaimed wood. I would say burn it more than you think you should. Cue the comments telling me no on how dangerous I'm being. Now, what you don't want to do is be real spotty with it. You don't want to just go like that and then like that. It's going to look forced and going to look contrived. So you want to make sure you burn the whole thing. And then sand off what you don't like. The good thing about working with reclaimed is that even all these saw marks and any damage that's really done to it adds to the character of it. It's almost like even after you've finished a piece of it, if you're carrying it somewhere and you bang it into a door on your way in, no big deal. Part of the character. Now, if you affect the finish and scratch the heck out of it, then you probably got a different story. Get all these spots in here and you want to char. That's what's going to give it the character. You want to get the char down into your distressed marks. Inside the wormholes, everything. Voila. Now we'll let that cool off. Now that the wood's cooled off, we can go ahead and sand it. Now we want to use a high grit sandpaper because we don't want to take off too much of the material. We just kind of want to smooth everything over so when we go to put our top coat on, it's nice and smooth. Here's the finished product. You can see I took a little bit more liberty with the sand paper on the top one than I did the bottom one, because that's kind of the look that I was going for. Now once you're done with your sanding, you can apply a stain of your choice to match any of your furniture or home accents. This one's a traditional cherry stain. I think it turned out pretty well with the torching. And if you look down it, you can see that reclaimed effect. Now, what I'd like you to do is just be an artist. Play around with it. Round over the corners a little bit more. Add some of your own distressing marks. You can even sand a little bit harder in one area than the other. With this method, you can create your own reclaimed wood products without the dirt or the dough. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments. And if you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, keep on building.